Set, bro.
From your Spaceship Music Collective, this is Six Set Bro, a misguided adventure through the social fringe of the music industry. I'm your host, Dom Maple. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to the show. It's Six Set Bro. Oh man, that was cool. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. That was just off the top of the dome. Welcome to Six Set Bro. It's a music and entertainment podcast. I'm your host, indie musician, little baby boy, Dom Maple. He's just a little youngster. He's under 30. He's under 30. He's the youngster of the show. And I'm gonna take you on this journey through the fringe of the music industry. That's what we say. Look, if you're watching on YouTube, look at my amazing backdrop. If you're not, don't, because you can't see it. I'm joined by my two co-hosts. One of which he's returned this week after a week away. I would say a week break, but he would disagree. I'm sure because he's probably working his little took us off. It's the one. I need to stop saying the one, the only, because I say it every freaking time. But you know, it's one of my best friends in the world. It is Andrew Fernandez, otherwise known as Nandez. Welcome back, buddy.
Hello.
We missed you. We missed you up in this pod. We really did. Good week.
Yeah, not bad. All good. Quiet.
Quiet? Yeah, totally. Oh man, Andy's been working hard, guys. So you couldn't even do the pod. And then you know what we also got here? We got my brother, Michael Edgewood, aka the Hungry Ghost, aka Money Mike, with that cash register sound effect. He's up in his house as well. And we're all here. It's three amigos. It's three bros talking bro subjects like testosterone and glycogen.
See the fact that you were convincing yourself you're still under 30. That's somebody. That's
somebody who's concerned about
getting a little
fast
nervous.
approaching.
I'm getting a little nervous, guys. I'm getting there. I'm under 30, otherwise known as 29. 29 and a half. I really wish people would still age themselves like they did when they were a kid. Yeah.
Why don't we do it like in months? We should just
like
do
babies?
Months.
Yeah, like little babies.
At what age? I'll take it just stops at 1, or does it?
No, well, I'm
Did they
still
go
saying my son's
24 months?
19 months. Yeah, I don't know why. It just happens.
Just confused.
I always said I wouldn't be that guy. What age are you, Andrew? In years?
37. I was 37 this year.
37 times 12. You're 444 months. Good job.
There you go.
They tend to get a little
444.
cranky at that age.
444 is Jay-Z's.
Oh,
last
yeah,
album.
that's
So
the old Jay-Z album. That was a good one. That was the one where he's like,
teaching
Tidal
everyone.
ain't doing no more. Tidal isn't really successful for me. So I just
don't know
put it on
about that.
Spotify.
I don't know about that.
Wow.
Because it still exists in some fashion, doesn't it? Yeah.
I think in some shape or form it does. I'll be honest, I don't know. I never got it.
Yeah.
Really, the only thing he was trying to do with that was like exclusive releases. Like there was The Life of Pablo that Kanye released at the time, and
The Beyonce albums.
You tried it, didn't you, Andy?
yeah.
I did.
Whenever you were dipping into all of the
it done,
streaming platforms to make your choice.
When I think they do good live shows, you know, like Apple done with. I think they've done a J. Cole one and all that stuff. Same as Apple, which is, I guess, Spotify's just the most popular, but
Maybe also the thing was maybe Tidal was slightly before its time, because I feel like
Maybe.
that thing would do very well now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At that time, the whole like live shows and stuff in with a music streaming service, I think people were very new to, and podcasts were still kind of like on the up. You know? So,
but I just think Spotify is even though I have one, but Spotify's like turned into the Xbox dashboard where you don't know where to look because they just throw everything on the home screen.
Yeah, it is getting harder to navigate to just like the things that you used to go into it for in the first place, if you know what I mean, like your Spotify weeklies and your discovers and suggested albums and stuff.
Whereas I thought
like bombardment,
which is where I always thought that this is why I had no bias, but I just always like the Apple structure and the Apple layout best because it's simple. Everything is. They have highlights from like radio stations like Ebro or Zane Lowe or even cured playlists from musicians and stuff. So, and they have lyrics. Hey Spotify, let me go to a song and hit lyrics and let me read the thing.
You know what I will say Spotify is good at, but like I mean, it doesn't really matter because like they don't pay artists very well, but the artist facing side of the app is actually just keeps getting better and better and easier to use from like an artist perspective, like wanting to like upload your own artwork and your bio and look at all your stats that are available and stuff. There's actually a separate app for that, and it's really, really easy to use. It's gotten better throughout the years, but like at the end of the day, like just pay people properly for their songs.
Yeah, and then they do like add. You can actually see like credits, like full credits of each song.
It took them a long time to put those on, like, but at least they're there now. Don't
worry about and sorry, don't worry about masters. Remember when Kanye said he was going to get everyone's masters back?
Oh yeah, I mean, you could afford to for sure. I mean, I still think Spotify need to do my idea and do some sort of Pokemon catch them all type situation,
like achievements kind of
thing. Unlock achievements like you do on PlayStation or Xbox or whatever, and it's like you listen to something so many times and it like unlocks it or some shit, and then you just own the song or whatever. I mean, there was that thing that tried to do it, forget what it was called now. We did an episode on it a long time ago, but it just meant that each stream was a bit too expensive. And I'm like, but people use Spotify like endlessly. So it's like you should just have a little bar that you want to like, get it all the way up to own the song.
Yeah, like they could actually have it so that the artist, like we're saying there, the back end for Spotify for the artist is actually quite good with the app. They could actually have the artist set rewards for like, say you are a smaller artist and you're not like the level of like a Drake or a Kendrick or whatever, and like people are streaming your single that you've released millions and millions of times, you can actually set the number lower. So like say any of your fans that stream your latest single 100 times unlock like a cover that you did or like a demo version of the single or something that nobody else would get available to them in the app unless they streamed over a certain amount of times. As you say, then it gives people the incentive to like unlock the achievement or get the extra sort of bits and pieces from the artist that they like.
Or just spitballing here, but and it sounds like I'm gonna say something funny, but I'm not. There's a serious idea. They do the same thing and they unlock stuff, but rather than just like free content, it could be like exclusive merch, which means that hopefully people would actually still buy things and then give money to the artist, but it's like stuff that you could only get if you listen to like this song like 1,000 times or something. Because like if you think about that for like bands and artists that you absolutely adore and you do listen to the song like shitloads of times, you'd like be desperate to try and work that thing up, and it's like I get their like exclusive t-shirt that you only get if you do this or some shit. I don't know. And then it means the artist still makes a little bit of extra money, and I don't know.
I would go the cheap American diner route if that were the case, and my merch would be something like, I streamed this single 1,000 times and all I got was this goddamn t-shirt.
Oh man, that's gonna be our right. We've been meaning to do a Doomsday shirt again, and I think we should do like So, like, I don't know, my friend went and streamed my song like 5 million times, and all I got was 1.30 or something. Like, I was this dumb 1.30. That's a perfect shirt for a musician. Let's do it. It's going up. That's happening. What do we do at the start of the show? Everybody knows it's like a classroom thing. What do we do, kids, at the start of the show? It's, say it all together, quick fire news. Oh, nobody else said it. It was just me. Well, that didn't work. It's quick fire news. It's where we say news real quick. And old Donnie Maple over here, he never really has it set up right. I should just have my notes like in front of me on the computer, but I always write my notes on my mobile phone, which I also use as a soundboard for this show. So I got the soundboard up, and I've got the notes on it, and it's, my mobile can only do so much. I'm starting to say mobile now. I don't know if you noticed, but I'm starting to call mobiles mobiles, because I think that's the in thing to do. Andy, you didn't move so much in your camera. I was convinced you were frozen there.
No, I
He's reading something very intently.
It's all good. Carry on.
I think maybe I need.
Please don't tell me it's work. It's gonna be a repeat of me last week. Did you watch that car crash of an episode?
I caught like the tail end. Yeah, I caught the tail end when you got when you got the work call, which was funny.
I thought I handled that very well. Thank you very much, Michael.
No. Well, I mean, car crashes, and I had to drop out twice. Like,
it wasn't as much of a car crash as the time there was a literal car crash on the show, and somebody crashed into my car while I was doing the show.
Yeah.
That was a car crash of a show. Hey. Anyway,
a boat crash.
A boat crash. That was a boat crash of a show. So it's quickfire news, baby. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Six Set Bros Quickfire News. I'm your host, Donald Maple, joined by my lead anchors, Michael Ledgerwood, and of course, Andrew Pedro de Jesus Fernandez with sports. Let's get in to the news. The only place to get your news, if you're living in fucking Belfast, is right here. And also anywhere in the world, I suppose. Let's not make it specific. If you live anywhere in the world, is the best place to get your news. Okay. So, first up, we got a little news story for y'all about Drizzy Champagne Poppy Drake, man. Canadian Six God Drizzy Champagne Poppy Drake. And if he has any more nicknames, it's just gonna take up the whole segment. Drizzy Champagne Poppy Six God Drake Certified Lover Boy Drake. He went and got himself a watch that was worth $2.2 million. And it's not really that surprising because he does this shit all the time. But what is surprising is what it looks like. And if you're only joining on audio, I apologize. I'm gonna share my screen for those watching at home on YouTube or on Facebook or wherever you stream from. But we're looking right now at Drizzy Champagne Six God Poppy Certified Lover Boy Drake. He's got a little heart buzzed in to his hair there. But that's him, a beautiful man. And
why is he taking the duck lip thing so...
Oh, he does. He definitely does a pursed lip. I'm certified lover boy. I'll kiss you all over, boy. Boy? Probably not. Certified lover boy. Love you, boy. Yeah, so let's just scroll down a little, and we're gonna get a glimpse at the $2.2 million watch.
Oh dear God!
Doesn't look finished. Doesn't look finished.
impossible to even read. You can't tell time with that thing.
Also, the numbers around the side make zero sense because that one says 700. And that one says 95, so I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, and there's a 65 up in the top left.
There's also
corner.
a 50 like right in the middle. It's just gears. It just looks like it's not done yet, and he bought it too soon. he's just like buy that watch, and then he comes in to see it in progress, and he's like, "I love it." He's like, "Okay."
Yeah, the guy who's making it's just like, wasn't done yet, but all right.
Yeah. See, well, there he is, Richard Millie. He's even got Millie in his name. He's making millies. He's
Richard
called
2 Millie now.
Richard 2.2 Millie.
Richard Millie.
What's the story? Custom Richard Mile. Millets.
Is he French? Is it Richard Millet?
Richard Millet. Merci, Richard Millet. Has become a norm for gifts amongst the hip-hop world, with artists like Jay-Z, Moneybagg Yo. What a dumb rap name.
Who's that guy?
Moneybagg Yo. That's his full name, Moneybagg Yo. Offset and Nicki Minaj either receiving or giving away these luxury wrist pieces. After his 35th birthday bash, Drake took to Instagram to show off a new Richard Millet RM 56-02 Turbillion. It's a catchy name, with the caption "Easy Money Year." That's pretty badass. Perhaps giving a nod to Kevin Durant's Instagram handle, Easy Money Sniper. Watch is worth $2.2 million and is displayed in a transparent sapphire case featuring navy blue accents. Just don't look finished. Just don't look finished is the point of that story. Go and look it up if you're listening to this on Spotify, because you need to get a gander at this thing. You get a little look at it. What else is in the news? We've got the return of Limp Bizkit. We were talking about this last week. I think we didn't have the full story last week. It was sort of like talked about and rumored, and the album's here. It's called Limp Bizkit. Still sucks. Which I don't know why we thought it was called the Pit last week, or the Armpit or something. I don't know why we came up with where that came from, that information.
I think it was meant to be a single, another single.
Oh, maybe it's a single off the album. I don't know, but yeah. The album's called Limp Bizkit. Still sucks, and they do. The album is like very much.
It's all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. It's very much like.
It is only 32 minutes long.
It's kind of like them steering into the meme of Limp Bizkit. You know, like whenever they were a younger band and like making all these fucking hits and stuff like that, like they wanted to be good. I think, although they were kind of silly, they want to be good. But now it's kind of like, oh, everybody. They're in that weird cusp of just like, we're so bad it's good, kind of. The music is so good, but the lyrics are so bad. I don't know what's happening, but they're just like, you know what? Let's just own it at this point.
I think there's some good songs on there.
There really is. What's that song?
There's one that'll catch people out when they listen to the words, and it's called "Love the Hate," where they talk about people hating them and then there's two guys talking to each other. And then they go, yeah, I used to listen to him. And it's like, wait, you listen to them and hate them? It's like,
yeah. Yeah. Oh,
what are you following a me? Are you just following popularity here? What? What's going on?
Yeah, that song was pretty funny. It was just two Fred Durst talking back and forth to each other. Like, Fred Durst, I hate that fucking guy. It was just like, oh my god, this is the top level of meta of this band at this point.
But yeah, there's like old school Limp Bizkit sound. There's punk. There's the slow singing ballady type songs.
They had that song that really sounds like Cypress Hill, and it's probably my favorite one on it. Turn it up, bitch. That's so.
Still,
not that I would get copyright strike, but it's just the bass, like.
It sounds like Insane in the Membrane.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like. Yeah. But, you know.
Or anything from that album.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I just thought I'd talk over that so I didn't get caught out with that one. And they also, like, I mean, the second song is just called Dirty Rotten Biscuit, which is really weird for me because I'm watching Great British Bake Off at the minute. So that kind of hit home. That really hit me in the feels. Dirty Rotten Biscuits.
But then you've got songs like, what is it? Don't Change and Empty Hole that sound like their Results May Vary. You know, the green cover?
Yeah, that's right.
Where it's like Behind Blue Eyes on it and stuff like that. They've got songs like that.
Behind Blue Eyes. I have to admit, though, and, like, just being honest, I fucking hate it whenever Fred Durst does a ballad because I just never buy it. It just never sounds right coming from him. And that, what did you say that song was called? Something like Change or No Change or something? Whatever you just said.
Don't Change?
Don't Change.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go out on a heavy limb here and say that that's probably the worst Limp Bizkit song I've ever heard in my life. I thought it was like the worst thing I've ever heard, and they've done some pretty shit songs, but that's the one I've hated more than anything in my life. But I thought it was really bad. But then it had Turned Up Bitch, got dad vibes, Dirty Rotten Biscuit, and it's Caramel Week. You don't want to get that wrong.
I was wondering. What do they have? They still, like, I just looked at the Spotify thing, and it's like 8.7 monthly listens, and it's like million listens. I'm like,
oh, I thought you said 8.7 people. I was like, that seems about right. The 0.7 is me. It's like, I can't make my mind up. I'm kind of in, I'm kind of out. I'm 3/4 in for Limp Bizkit. Dirty Rotten Biscuit. Welcome, motherfuckers. I don't know. I don't even know. Is that from one album? I feel it's just that's every album that's ever happened. It's just like boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, DJ Lethal, bring it on. Welcome, you motherfuckers. It's just like the start of every Limp Bizkit album. He just says the name of the album. Limp Bizkit still sucks. All right. I think I'm just thinking of the chocolate starfish.
Maybe.
Welcome to the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water. The name just was dumb, and they still introduced the album with that.
It's not a bad thing. I wish more artists would welcome you to their album. You took your time to tune in. It should become a normal thing.
You haven't heard my second record? Welcome! In that voice as well. They're like highest pitch. Like, it's so up there. Oh, yeah. And also, like, I know we've already discussed this, but I just really can't get over... I watched videos of them playing live recently, and just can't really get over Fred Durst's voice coming out of his face at the minute.
Just of the change in look.
It's the mustache, the sunglasses, and the hair is, but he's still like wearing baggy shorts with big white like socks, tube socks, and sneakers on. And I'm like, I don't know what this look is, man. I don't know. Like, Kanye looks better in a mask.
Kanye looks better with no eyebrows.
I was gonna say about that. And I didn't know if he had that on Quickfire News.
Have his head shaved off and just like in no particular order. Just like Kanye's hair at the minute just looks like a bunch of like buddies that pranked him. He slept over at somebody's house.
That's punishment for dragging people halfway across the country for the album.
Go record in his arena studio, and then he fell asleep making his next record, and everyone's like, let's just fuck him up.
Andre 3000 snuck in his house, and it's like, see what you dragged me into this bullshit.
I know. Speaking of, I was meant to have my own segment for... Kanye gets his own segment. Where's the... I didn't even really finish Quickfire News, but this is like kind of...
This is the segue within Quickfire News, and then we'll come back to it.
Just finish the Quickfire News, at least we'll get that out of the way.
You've derailed Quickfire News.
No, just finish Quickfire News.
All right. So, all right, okay. Next story is political. That dude, I always forget what his name is.
the guy on our cover this week?
Yeah, the guy on the thumbnail is the
Sunak.
That's the one. Rishi Sunak. That's it, right? Yeah. So I just thought that was really funny. So like, you know the way everybody got really pissed off at him because he wasn't like in support of the arts at all during the whole pandemic, and he's like, just go get another job. Well, he's in support of the arts now because he's planned to fund a £2 million Beatles museum in Liverpool. So that's really gonna help the Beatles, because I hear they're struggling, and definitely makes a lot of sense seeing as there already is two in Liverpool at the minute, and there's also a Beatles week and all the houses and all the tours. But you know what we really need? A third Beatles museum. That's really where £2 million of taxpayer money should go, to support the arts. Good thinking, buddy. Good thinking, especially seeing as we're hiking the tax prices. Good to know it's being put to good use. That was just like, who's benefiting from that? Paul McCartney? Well, not Paul. Yeah. Paul's fine. Ringo's not. Ringo could use the money. You heard his songs? Oh.
Should get Fred Durst to write them.
Welcome to the new Ringo Starr album.
Welcome, Ringo, baby. What? Bring it on, DJ Lethal. I don't know. That's what happens every fucking album. DJ Lethal, man. DJ Lethal sounds like he's from here. DJ Lethal.
DJ Lethal from the House of Pain.
Yeah. I mean, he just sounds like a Northern Irish DJ. But I'm been forgotten, eh, Joe? Seems like the kind of thing that would happen there. Anyways. Is it yeah, isn't it? Nobody knows it's yeah. What the fuck was that? Kanye? So we move swiftly from quickfire news into what the fuck was that, Kanye? Kanye got no eyebrows. That's it. Head is shaved all over the place. I don't really know what he's up to anymore.
The sad thing is, I don't think anybody cares.
No, not really. You know what? You do you, Kanye. Whatever you want to do, you just do you. It's fine. So his
I feel like it's that episode of Always Sunny where like Frank takes an aversion to his hair and he just tries to get it all off as quick as possible.
That episode I've always thought about since the start of the pandemic because he's obsessed with being clean. He's like,
yeah.
I have to get clean. It's
maybe
like that's me with
that's the
sanitizer.
Trip that Kanye's on.
Yeah. That's
just watch yourself. You could be next, dude.
I really could. You're right.
Next week's episode, no eyebrows.
Dude, I'm halfway there.
I know. To be fair, I already have like a cut in my eyebrow because I fucked up shaving them. Yeah, guys, I have to shave my eyebrows because they get fucking furry and I'll end up looking like Anthony Davis.
Furry.
I don't want to be a unibrow, but if I didn't shave them, it would happen. But yeah, I messed it up, and then I cut. It looks like I've had an ear piercing. That makes no sense. It looks like I've had an ear piercing because of my eyebrow. You know what I'm trying to say.
What, do you use like a razor?
It's just like a close shave, just a knife. No, I use like one of those. I don't know. There's a thing for it, like it's like an actual eyebrow trimmer thing, but
just use clippers, no?
Nah, it was like too high a setting. It's like I don't just do the middle. I don't just go whoop, unibrow gone. You gotta shape them. You gotta shape them up, and then you fuck it up like this. If you want this look, that's how you do it. So yeah, no, it just looks like I've just removed my eyebrow piercing that I've had since I was 15 or something.
Extra content for the channel. You should do like one of those like beauty YouTube clip things. Just take people through your morning routine.
You don't want to see my routine. You really don't. I said that like it's horrific or something. It's not. It's just long. And it's too long. Because like I still look like shit whenever I leave the house. which is the worst part. But my God, I have like really bad skin. So it's kind of like I have to do everything in a very particular order or my skin just breaks out. And then I'll like leave the house and go into work and people will be like, oh my God, what's wrong with your face? Which is not me feeling overly sensitive. I've actually had that happen several times. Be like, what is going on with your face? I'm just like, yeah, thanks a lot for that. That's just my skin. I can't help it. It's like eczema or whatever. So, what are you gonna do? So, fuck you, guy that said that.
Or maybe you're turning into Teen Wolf or something, and it just doesn't happen. It just stops, and then it goes back in again.
Yep, that's
and then it comes out, and it goes back in again.
But you know, I'll make that video. I'll make my Don Maples morning routine videos. Really, just trying to get them subscribers, guys. Whatever it's gonna take. We're trying to like hit all markets. It's like we got this music and entertainment podcast, but then we'll also do beauty lessons, beauty tips. Maybe a cooking show one day. Maybe do that.
Oh, I'd love to do a cooking show with you guys.
It would be really bad.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and predict that it would not work. I mean, I could be wrong. Are any of us good chefs? I don't think we're that.
I've
good.
never been bothered to learn. No.
No, me neither.
I can get us to all make a pizza pie from scratch. That would be good.
Sounds like a lot of effort. I done it once and I hated every second of it. And I was like, why didn't I just order it?
I'll do stupid shit like.
But for content, you'd do it for content though.
Yeah, I would do it for content. I'd slut for subscribers. Do anything for content. Do anything for a sub. Whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. Like I have no shame.
Suggestions in the comments, please.
Let me know what you want to see.
This channel to go.
What do you want to see for a sub, and I'll do it right now. Nothing age restricted, of course. It's not that kind of show. It's a family show. What else was I gonna say about Kanye? Oh yeah, so his stem player, people like have received the stem player now. Again, to get you up to speed, if you've not been watching the show, and you're just joining us now, completely out of context and confused. Why are you watching the show without checking what it's about? How have you stumbled across this? How do you not know what's going on? But if so, I guess I'll have to catch you up. Like,
I don't know what's going on.
Well, and you're on the show?
Yeah.
That says a lot. Yeah, there's a Steam. Oh, I'm done. There's a stem player that Kanye released with his new record on it, the Dawned album, and essentially it's this like little oval thing, and you can control what parts of the song that you're playing. So there's like stems, which if you're not into production of music, it's like each track. So there'd be like one for vocals, one for the drums, one for like the melody, whatever. And you can change these around to hear certain parts of it. It's, to be honest, it looks like it would be fun to play it with. I'm not gonna pay a crazy amount of money for it though. And it looks like one of Kanye's shoes, which is even weirder. It looks like a Yeezy, like weird sandal that I don't understand how you put your, like, Yeezy sandal. I'm like, how do I get my foot in there? Like every time I see them, I'm like, how does my foot go in? I don't get it, but that's what it looks like.
But every time I hear someone talk about it on TV or somebody that like has them, they always say it's the most comfortable thing they have put on, even though they look doofy.
Yeah, they do look kind of stupid, but you know what? I'd fully believe that they are. I think that with a lot of like, or people are like, why would you pay that much for like this fashion brands thing? And I was like, probably because it's been made by like a quality artist that took loads of time over it and wasn't made in a sweatshop somewhere. So the material's probably really good and it probably feels super comfy and you don't have to worry about, that children made it.
And your feet.
Oh, no. That's very selfish, Andrew. No, I'm thinking about the kids.
Kids, you see them?
No. But, yeah, well, I mean, I still buy from Primark, and you know that there's kids making those clothes. They're too cheap. Too cheap. Not even a sweatshop, just in the back of the store.
That's the one
I was
thing.
Gonna say, like, kids from this country probably they can't even afford to go further afield.
That's the one thing I would spend most of my money on would be comfy trainers. Everything else I can buy from secondhand shop. I don't care. But
yeah,
as long as I've got comfy feet.
Not underwear though.
No,
can't get that secondhand.
That'll be well.
It's fine. It depends what condition it's in.
Double wash. It'll be all right.
Well, I love that there is a standard, and you know what? I respect the standard that even like to clothe the homeless and the clothless. It's kind of like, look, no underwear though, and you know what? I respect that because that is a totally fair assessment. Yeah. No matter how many times you watch it, I don't think it's okay. Don't give underwear to the charities, please. Or buy new ones and just give them like that.
Yeah.
That would be better. I don't even know if a sock is okay. Is socks okay if they've been worn? I still feel like that's kind of gross. Like, don't give me used socks to...
Yeah. If someone's desperate enough,
I guess.
Wear socks.
Holes in them and shit. Just like... I mean, by the time my socks I'm done with those, I mean... I'm pretty sure I'm on par with like a homeless person at that stage. Like I don't think it's any good to them. They probably have socks like that already. Where is I going with this? I don't know.
Kanye
trainers.
Yeah,
yeah, I'm lost.
Stem player.
Kanye's stem player. Not even gonna try and understand the transition that happened there. It's because
it looks like a Kanye
a shoe. That's right. Okay, I'm back on track. Anyways, that thing.
And I missed a week. I should be rusty.
I know, Rusty. This is
exactly the content that we always output.
This is peak performance, Andrew. Exactly what this show's about. Yeah. So stem players out, and then in other Kanye news, Kim Kardashian spotted with Pete Davidson. Do you think that's anything?
What the fuck was that?
Fucking Big Dick Dave.
Big Dick Dave. Yeah.
Wait, before we move on from the stem, wasn't there a song exclusively played on that stem?
Oh, yeah, you know what? I actually did mean to say that before I got completely sidetracked by that whole thing about socks.
Yeah.
There was like a bunch of exclusive stuff on it. So what I did mean to speak about is it's confusing depending what streaming platform you're on, but the album Donda that he released, he has changed. At first, he only changed it on Apple. And on Apple Music, there was actually 2 versions of Donda for a while, which was confusing. And there was no differentiation between the 2. They both just said Donda. They both had the black cover art, and all the track titles were the same. But there was differences to the songs. Namely, that he cut Chris Brown out of a song entirely. That
he wasn't happy.
Well, to be honest, I could never hear him on that song anyway. Whenever people are like, Chris Brown is on that, it's like, I can't hear him. I don't know where he's buried in the mix, but I don't hear him. What I wasn't happy about was they had Casey on the hook of Keep My Spirit Alive, and he took Casey off and put himself on, and Kanye can't sing. So, like, now the hook of Keep My Spirit Alive is just worse than it was before, and now that has changed also on Spotify. So the version of that song that I like no longer exists. Fantastic. I don't really understand why he did that one. That's probably one of the most annoying Kanye changes that has happened, like, in so long for me. Like, that one is really irritating. He took off a good singer and put himself on to sing something, and it's a bad idea. Then on the stem player, he's included stuff like Life of the Party, which is the song that Andy mentioned earlier that had Andre 3000 on it. Although Andre 3000 isn't too happy because he included his vocal on it, and it was really good because, Andre kind of was like singing about Kanye's mother and tying it to his own mother, and, the whole album is named after Kanye's mother, so like it made total sense that he was trying to play this thing. And then for some reason Kanye decides to use the verse of that song to diss Drake, which Andre 3000 never knew that was going to happen. That was not the verse on it whenever he laid down his thing. And then he was kind of pissed off about it because he was just like, I don't want to be in the middle of this. Like, old 3 Stacks, he's very zen.
The most backwards thing. It's like Kanye's done everything backwards order. He gets a legit person to do, well, not legit person, but he gets like Andre 3000 to do a song.
One of the best.
It's the best way to encapsulate what the album is. But yet Kanye thinks it's a good idea to bring, I know, let's do an arena tour. Let's promote all the stupid shit and have Marilyn Manson here and all this stuff. But somebody's made a genuine song to encapsulate the album, and he fucking uses it for something else.
Did you guys see Manson was at Sunday service as well?
Yeah. I didn't even mention that. Yeah, he done Sunday service on Halloween.
Yeah, there's so many comments online of just like, I never thought I'd live in a world where Kanye, Justin Bieber, and Marilyn Manson are at a church service together. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
On Halloween, all dressed in white, like some sort of fucking cult. Like, I don't know. Why was Justin Bieber there? That was really unexpected for me. I did, like, the Biebs.
But the rest was expected.
You know what? Don't get involved, Justin. I don't know. I kind of respect Justin.
Do you think any of them know? Do you think any of them know what they're in for when they go?
Probably not.
It's like, hey, I'm going to invite you to this choir thing, I guess.
And then they go out the back and take blood oaths or some shit. It's like, okay, Justin, just cut your hand open and we will make a blood pact for life.
Also, probably obligated to buy some merch as well whenever they go to it too.
Yeah, speaking of like homeless people's clothes, that's what Kanye's merch looks like, but it costs like $5,000, like for a shirt or some shit. I was like, got a big hole in it, $5,000. Yeah. Cha-ching. There's a lot of additional songs that went on the stem player as well, and probably the best one of all is being able to isolate Frank Ocean's verse on the Donda album. And it just sounds so good by itself. Just block out all the crazy and just listen to Frank's verse. Beautiful. But yeah, it's out now, and Kim Kardashian might be bucking Pete Davidson.
Oh, Petey.
That's as much as I have for this.
What the fuck was that? Kanye?
We don't know for sure, but I mean, they've been spotted together like multiple times now. At the start, it was kind of like, probably nothing, but they might be a thing. Oh, Pete done Kanye dirty.
Kanye done himself dirty.
Yeah, that's true. And Kim's done everyone dirty.
And freaking Pete Davidson's like probably just the most normal, famous person that Kim could probably get with, so maybe like bring her down a peg or two.
Yeah. She needs to be brought down.
Well, it's not going to be gross out pictures and goddamn corny Instagrams like Travis Barker.
Oh yeah, I know. Travis and Kourtney Kardashian are the worst. I will be the first to admit that they are the worst. Oh my god, I've never like
him and Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox.
Oh, what is that? What does that double date look like? This is the part where I wish we had enough time and money to make a sketch. Because I feel like we should definitely do that. Because that would be the weirdest comedy sketch shit ever. What is a double date with Travis Barker, Kourtney Kardashian, Machine Gun Kelly, and Megan Fox? Like, because it's happened.
Let's see who can be the most gross in public.
Yeah. Never seen so much tongue action. Like, it's disgusting. Come on, guys. You know the best part? I didn't even mean to press that button, but it just worked out. The odds are in my favor tonight. Oh, man.
On slightly more good Blink 182 related news, did you see, Stu, that Mark Hoppus plays first show?
He played at Travis Barker's house.
The Halloween thing. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thank God. I mean, I don't know if anybody followed the story. We talked about it on the show a couple of times, but Mark got diagnosed with cancer and he was battling it there for a good while, and he's officially in remission, which is amazing. So he's been too weak to literally do anything. he couldn't really go out for runs or walks or do any exercise. He took to gardening, and I still really love this. It's so Mark, where he's kind of like, I don't know, he's just so positive and comedy based even in the face of like cancer, but he decided to start like a garden because he couldn't really do much else, and he started getting cacti, but specifically mutated cacti, because he said it was like the mutated cells in his body, and he found some sort of camaraderie with them. So it looks spooky as hell, but it's this amazing like mutated cacti garden in his house now. And it's so cool. Like he got obsessed with like looking after these things, but they all look so bizarre. Like they just, I mean, obviously they're mutated. They don't look like normal cacti. I'm sorry, I keep saying cacti. Feel like I really have to. I'm so tempted to say cactuses, but that's wrong. It's wrong. So I got to be right, but I feel like I'm being a bit of a douchebag by trying to be right. you know, we know. Anyways, yeah, it's good that he played a show. Anyways, I kind of wanted to watch that because it was just like a pop punk nostalgia trip. Was there not like Mark Hoppus was playing, Travis Barker, obviously.
Oh yeah, it was like
Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
No,
I think I seen a story as well that she just like actually signed to Travis Barker's record label. I don't even know what you actually call it.
She
but
needs to. She needs to do something. Revive that old career of hers. Go Canada. We got Justin Bieber at Sunday service and Avril Lavigne. I'm trying to say Avril Lavigne. What is that? Where is that?
Is that like a park that we went to when we lived in Toronto?
Have you ever been to Avril
Lavigne?
Heading
down to Avril Lavigne.
I don't know why I'm like I can't even speak tonight. Avril Lavigne. It's a hard name to say. It's
change your name, Avril Lavigne.
Oh man, he talked over my pun.
It's all right. They heard it.
It's a little bit complicated, Mike, because the song was complicated. It's a little bit Skater Boy. That one doesn't work. I think it's about time we did an ad break, fellas, and then
I need coffee. That's what I'm
getting. Andy needs coffee, and Don needs to review his notes to see what he was meant to talk about next because he's forgotten. This is the problem hanging out with you guys. I just start talking shit after a while.
Nobody else is listening anyways. It's fine. Just talk about whatever you want.
Yeah, nobody cares. It's just for us anyway. Right, quick commercial break, and we will be back right after these messages.
Hey there, fresh-faced creative in a youthful advertising demographic. Does your reading material have a distinct lack of cultural nourishment for your slowly decaying, malnourished soul? Stop! Put that garbage down. Everyone knows you shouldn't get your news from old mediums like paper. That's 2/8 century. Plug into the information superhighway, loser, and read a zine. It's like a magazine, but without all that dumbass paper. Read Stranger Days, the arts and culture e-zine. It's got music, comedy, art, poetry, tarot cards, cinema, Year Spaceship, comics, podcasts, and Jim Carrey. Read Stranger Days now, because between you, me, and your trusty canine companion, we know fluffy cuddles and e-zines are the only way to push back the existential dread slowly consuming your every waking moment. Hold back the darkness today with Stranger Days. Available now at strangerdays.wordpress.com.
If you want to wrap your ears around all the music we've been talking about on the podcast, we run a special playlist over on Spotify. It's called Distant Sound Waves. Here over at Six Sepro, we always thought, well, what's the gosh darn point of doing a music podcast if you can't let people hear any music? There is a whole lot of legal mumbo-jumbo and copyright issues that prevent us from actually doing that on the pod. So we thought that was a pretty good compromise. We make a playlist and it gets updated every single month. On the playlist, we have things like all the new singles from local homegrown talent that we've talked about. Maybe some of the bigger artists that we've had conversations about, we'll put those guys on there. Or maybe it's just something new that we stumbled across and we've been talking about on the podcast. It is all there. You can find Distant Sound Waves by searching for it on Spotify, or you can find the links all over our social medias.
We are Year Spaceship, a music and arts collective for everyone. Created by these two little scamps who grew up in Scarborough, Ontario, moved to Belfast, started playing in bands, and met tons of super chill, talented human beings. They met this guy who grew up in Jersey and also moved to Belfast. They started a record label together. They started a podcast, and they started a collective dedicated to showcasing independent music and art from all over the planet. The Year Spaceship Collective is here to shout through the internet into the eyes and ears of anyone who will listen. We want to hear about your struggles, accomplishments, and latest projects within the art community. If you're a musician, artist, writer, director, poet, comedian, animator, whatever medium you work in, if you're expressing yourself, we want people to see and hear your world. We want your stories on our Instagram page. We want your music on our playlists. We want to talk to you on our Six Set Bro podcast. We want to showcase your content on our YouTube page. We want to build a community. The Year Spaceship Collective. Avoid conspiracy theories. Keep art strange.
Welcome back to the show, everyone. Andrew's just making himself a nice little pot of coffee, so he'll just be a little minute. We're going a little ASMR up in here. Just taking it easy. Just relax. You've had a hard day. Why don't you just listen to this show? Listen to some of the music news that we have ready for you. Music.
Don't go with that tone whenever Andy comes back. He just went to get coffee to wake up.
He just went to get
He's
coffee.
gonna fall asleep mid-podcast.
Nice, relaxing pot of coffee. That's delicious stuff. That's gonna...
You can actually see him in the reflection of that picture.
Yeah, if you're watching, you watch the video one where you can catch Andy in the background making coffee in his kitchen. And now he's on his phone. He's not paying any attention. He doesn't know we're back. Oh well.
So relaxed.
He's way too relaxed. There he is. You're so relaxed. You seem very relaxed.
I'm very.
Why stress?
Exactly.
I love it. We're all just getting a little chill. We're all just getting a little relaxed. I don't know why I started going like all what's that radio station called that does stuff like that?
Oh, NPR.
NPR. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the one. I don't know why I went NPR whenever I come back from the ad break, but I feel like it's all quick fire news. It's all quick fire news. And then you hit the ad break, and it's kind of like, okay, you know what? Let's just bring this down a notch.
It's getting late. Yeah.
It's getting.
These are our different characters now.
NPR's all about the. It's almost like a Friends set where it's like fake laughter and stuff. It's like, check out the fucking this joke I said after introducing.
We need that
person.
I said this thing once. Good one, host of that show. You
still
get
good.
even. I don't know. I don't listen to NPR. I only listen to my own show. I put this up, and then I just go and listen to it after.
Just agree with everything I say.
That guy is so right about that thing.
Exactly what he's talking about.
That guy is. I agree with that guy. That's actually what I do with Great British Bake Off, which anybody that knows me knows I have an affinity for watching this show. But I like to watch Great British Bake Off, but watch it simultaneously while on Twitter with the hashtag GBBO, and just see how many people agree with what I think. I like to watch a thing and be like, haha, that is so whatever. And then I look at Twitter and like, haha, that guy also thinks that is whatever. That's so funny that we both think that.
I feel like we end up talking about this on the podcast every year as well. So who do you have to win?
It's kind of a choice of two, which it has been from the start because there was definitely like too high a level between everyone else and two contestants, Giuseppe and Jurgen. And I don't think it's even fair because Giuseppe like seemed to have owned a store where he made like professionally worked as a baker. I was like, that seems incorrect that you can apply for this show. So he's like way too good. But I think it's between those two guys.
Yeah, it's definitely between them.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Do you know who I want to win?
Who?
Giuseppe. Do you know why?
Because his name is Giuseppe?
No, because he's basically Italian D from OES Center.
That is correct, actually. Yeah, he is D from the OES Center in Belfast. That is exactly who... I knew he reminded me of someone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not 100%, but every time he's on, it's like he's got like D vibes about him.
He's
And
Italian D.
I enjoy watching him win.
Yeah, I know.
Here, I'll tell you one thing. You're saying about watching Twitter and going, hey, that guy agrees with me and stuff.
Yep.
Do you think like George has been around for like 2 episodes longer than he really should have been?
Gonna take it you're not up to date.
What? Oh, yes. No, sorry, he did. Yes, that's okay. That's all right. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Spoilers.
I don't know how many of our viewers will watch Great British Bake Off.
Well, it doesn't matter. It was on last night, so, you know, your fault if he didn't catch it whenever it was on. But yeah, George was definitely around too long, but he was too lovable to kick off.
Oops. Do you know what else is too long? Great British Bake Off talk. Hey,
He's feeling left out.
I'm not feeling left out. People are tuning out.
Everybody likes the British baking show.
Of course
Yeah.
they do.
Americans think that's what Britain's like 100% of the time.
Yeah.
They watch that show and they're like, this is what Britain is. Everyone just fucking baking in tents and gazebos all the time with really badly
And being
written
polite
jokes.
to each other.
Yeah, and being really nice to each other and helping each other whenever they're struggling with their bakes. It's like, it's not fucking like that at all. They all hate each other and they're all miserable about everything.
They're just
Burning
really
out-
good at hiding it.
That's the
burning
British
out
way.
British people
buses and
for you.
shit.
That's the British way.
Hey, did you guys hear there was a bus burnt out?
Yeah.
Go Northern Irish talk here.
Somewhere.
But
Yeah.
that's something that happens pretty much every year. Let's burn a bus. That'll get the message across. Good job, guys. I really respect that. That you've tried to protest in this really dumb way.
What was in your
Let's
notes?
ruin our community to make a point. Let's fucking ruin public transport. That'll show them. Everyone in Stormont who doesn't take the bus. Fucking dickheads.
Yeah.
Northern Ireland, fucking class, isn't it? That's what they should. That should be the tagline for tourism. It's fucking wild, so it is. Oh man, you know what? I've been quoting like. I think loads of people have seen this video, like, but there's this video on YouTube. It's kind of like historically known because it has these Northern Irish guys in it, and this American person like walks up and says to them like, "It's like, do you guys like what do you guys think of America?" The guy goes, "Yous love your McDonald's, don't yous?" And that killed it. I've been quoting that way too much in the last like couple of weeks. I don't know why it's came back to me, but it's a quality meme. I'm gonna find it for you because I feel like I really want to like clip this as a soundboard clip that I can use for the show. Because I just love to quote it. It's the best.
Just in case we have any American guests on.
Yeah, and I think it's just the best explanation of what this place is like.
Want to say anything to the American?
You just love your McDonald's anyway, don't you? It's just conscious.
Yeah, it makes it worse when you see the clip as well. It's from the 90s or something too, isn't it?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
I don't know. It could have been yesterday for all I know.
Well, sure.
The way people dress in this country, I don't really know whether it's from 1997 or yesterday.
You're wearing a tie-dye hoodie, sir.
Don't judge. Don't you judge me, Andrew. I'm the least judgmental person in the world. Anyway.
All right, your list.
Yeah, let's get back to the notes. let's get this show back on track. Okay, so I actually left out something from Quickfire News, and it's not that important, but it's just a Post Malone on the weekend apparently teased a collaboration.
By the way, did you see The Weeknd's Halloween costume?
Yes.
He does like the best Halloween costumes like every year. Like what was he?
insane.
Beetlejuice. I think he was the Joker at one. He was Marlon Brando in The Godfather this year. It's like he was Nutty Professor. He was Professor Clump. Sorry.
Sorry, correct terminology.
Sorry, I have to correct myself just in case.
I feel like you.
Dude, you're
like
gonna
that.
get us fucking canceled.
You're like that
Be
guy that's
careful.
like, I went as Frankenstein. I was like, no, Frankenstein was the doctor. You
Hey.
went as Frankenstein's monster. It's
Hey.
like, sorry, not the nutty professor.
If a make-believe serial killer like Michael Myers is getting cancelled, I have to correct myself.
Fair enough. I'll agree with you there, Andy. Let's get into some bro-y talk, some bro talk.
That's not bro. That's common
I
sense.
know, it's just how people immediately judge it because they're just like, how dare you? It's like, Michael Myers be canceled, could kill gay people in a movie.
There's just too many
Weird standards. Weird
too many-
standards.
too many
He kills everyone.
too many changes. I was listening to a podcast today, and in baseball, Peter is wanting the bullpen.
Yeah.
They're wanting that name changed.
The cow pen.
Why a bull's gonna be offended?
It's too manly, dude. It's too manly. You need something that is.
Forget about the leather that they're throwing that could potentially be from an animal. Now let's change the bullpen.
No, we should go with something completely asexual, like fucking. And
I think they're gonna call it armpit.
welcome to the armpit.
Sorry, I've derailed your list.
Yeah. So I don't know if you guys seen, but whenever we started airing this episode, we got a couple posts put up from OES Center and from ourselves promoting next week's episode, which is gonna be in support of Sound of Belfast, and it's going to be with special guest Jordan Adetunji.
Yeah.
I wish I had the soundboard on for that. Sorry, let's try again. Jordan Adetunji. Yeah. It's gonna be a good show, man.
I believe we talked about that guy like in pretty much the first episode, I think.
We've been
When
fans
we
since day
started.
one. Since
Yeah.
day one, man. Yeah, very, very exciting to have Jordan on the show. Been wanting to talk to him for a long time, so it'll be good to get him on. I'm not gonna waste all the stuff on this episode that I want to talk to him about, but I truly believe that guy was a revival. I say a revival, but like pretty much an awakening of a hip hop music scene in Northern Ireland where there wasn't one. And it's something I would like to talk to him a little bit about whenever he's here, but I mean, my opinion, it's just my opinion, but I mean, most hip hop in this country for a long time was just comedy based. It was almost like it was just funny to be a Northern Irish rapper. There was the odd serious person, but most of it was kind of
Amp up the accent and
yeah. And it was just kind of like veering towards, oh, it's silly. And then I just remember the first time I seen Jordan rapping, and I was like, shit, this is really good. And I can't believe that this is actually happening in this country. Because I just hadn't seen it before.
Spills out over into just not just like hip hop music and stuff as well. I honestly feel like he's like there's a couple of artists that are up there, but it's just a revival of our music scene in general, not just a hip hop music scene here, but like I mean that's the other thing that I want to talk to him about next week is that guy kind of spills into so many other genres and
oh for sure, yeah.
It's definitely a question is like, is that intentional or is he just making stuff and that's just where it takes him or whatever? Or I feel like he's a guy that wants to be involved in everything, you know? It's definitely seems like a hard worker, and he just seems to be everywhere all the time. So it's really exciting to be able to talk to him, you know?
100%. 100%. And, you know, obviously, we give all you guys that are watching and listening a week's notice here. We've got him on next week. It'll be next Wednesday night. And if you guys have any questions that you want us to pass on and consider to ask Jordan while he's on the show, please put them in the comments or send us messages or whatever you got to do, because this is going to be a big episode. Definitely want to promote Sound of Belfast and hype that thing up, because I mean, have we started yet, Sound of Belfast? I mean, I'm pretty sure we're like pretty much there, right?
Yeah, it started into it there. The other
is it
day.
just today or? I know it's this week.
Oh, sorry, no, hold on. I tell a lie. I think it's tomorrow. I think it's from the 4th.
Okay.
I think it's from the 4th it starts. So
I thought it was either today or tomorrow, but yeah, we're starting into Sound of Belfast, which I will pull up on the screen here. They get a little look at all the events that are happening, but I think it's pretty important with the fact that, you know, we are usually in such support of culture night every single year, and as like we were hyping it up a little bit and we got excited for culture night, and then it kind of didn't happen because of COVID regulations still. So I think it's important to still have something here that's coming, that's exciting for the music scene in Northern Ireland, and specifically in Belfast, because yeah, I mean, I really missed culture night this year. Like, Mike, I think you went to it, didn't you? Even though it was kind of, it wasn't as music.
It was more, it wasn't very music based. It was more like about a art installation and stuff. It was still cool. It was different. I understand what they were trying to do, because it was still a weird time where nobody wanted to be seen to be bringing crowds and crowds of people whenever it was still at that stage where things were just coming out of all the lockdown and stuff, and live events I think were just about starting to kick off again. But the whole thing about Culture Night is it's such a big operation that they needed to start planning that back in June or July, whenever it was just completely, the word was lockdown, nothing's happening at all, sort of thing. So it's like, why would you start trying to book bands and venues for something which you potentially know could fall through? So I kind of understand why they went a different route.
Totally.
I'm looking forward to it being back to normal again next year. Fingers crossed.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm just sort of hoping we get the dates for next year. I would really love for us to just all book that off, and I've been saying this for a while now. It's just never really worked out. We wanted to do it this year, but obviously it didn't really happen. But I just think we should be out there at Culture Night, filming videos to put together content for a 6 Bro on the road, see who we can talk to while we're out there, our experiences at Culture Night, and, you know, put that into a video for everyone. Because it's something we really want to push on this channel, is, you know, well, our YouTube channel, I should say, as, you know, extra content that sort of delves into these things, because we talk about it so much on the podcast. But I think being at these events and showing you what it's like and talking to the people that are at them could be such a cool thing to be able to provide for you.
I'm loving just getting back out to shows and stuff again as well. Like our for anybody that follows our Instagram account and stuff as well, you'll know, like, whenever we hit lockdown, it is kind of became about you take care of some posts which basically showcase certain bands that we've came across, and I would do like track of the day posts and stuff. So that's kind of been the majority of what the Instagram was. And pre-pandemic, there was also like another element to it, which was like gig photography, because we were out at shows all the time, and hopefully that will be coming back soon. And it's just a natural thing. We're going to be at shows, going to be taking pictures and stuff. So like, I'm looking forward to getting that back on the Instagram and stuff too.
Totally, man. Yeah, I mean, like, I think I said to you before, it just so happened I wasn't really planning to go to a show, because, like I've said on the podcast several times, is, you know, It's nothing really like I'm completely terrified of going out or anything like that, but just the way things have worked for me recently, and I've had a change of job and things like that. It hasn't really been my priority to get out to a live show as much as like I think I would enjoy it, but I didn't even realize how much I missed it until I was working up in Belfast and was gonna get a ride home with Mike, and he was volunteering at OES Center like he always does, and popped in to see him to get the lift home, and there actually happened to be a show on at the time, and it was just weird being in that environment, even though it was seated at the time. It was just like having live music and beers and stuff, and like I'm just like, yeah, I'll have a beer and watch this band play. I'm like, this is weird to be back into this. And it made me really long for it a little bit. Like I didn't even realize how much I wanted to go to a show until that happened, and now I'm like kind of desperate to do it. I think once I have the time and understand what the regulation is on all of this, because it's always a bit confusing. But for anybody that is willing to go back out there and excited to get back out, I mean, I think I have quite a list of things to run through here. I think we want to talk about Sound of Belfast, obviously, but there's also like a good list of other shows that are starting to happen now, and it's really good to see because although it's a bit hit and miss, there's some people that are planning shows and they're getting cut like immediately because something happens or people are unwell and they're having to get lateral flow tests or whatever the hell. Like, there's so much that's uncertain, but good in general just to see gigs coming back and bands that we enjoy announcing things. So anyway, if you're following us on the YouTube channel at the minute and you're watching us live, I'm on the Sound of Belfast website. I just brought that up so y'all can look at it. If you're not, I will try and describe everything that I'm looking at here. So I went into the program and we're looking at some of the live gigs that are happening because we were right. I knew it was either today or tomorrow. I was trying to remember, but it's tomorrow that this whole thing kicks off, and we've got a live gig at the OES Center with Gareth Dunlop and Jealous of the Birds.
I'm working the bar at that. Free entry.
I was about to say, I was like, Mike will definitely be at that. We know that much because you're there every Thursday
So
night.
there could be gig pictures up earlier than we expect if I can get away from the bar for a couple of minutes to snap some shots.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Can everyone let Mike away from the bar so that we have content for the Instagram? That would be nice. And then we got whoops. We've also got Rebecca Fitch. So is that... Oh, that's Limelight. So Rebecca Fitch headlines Limelight 2 with full band on 4th of November, so same night. That's really cool for her as well. I know she's been out in England and mainland UK for a good while. And I really I love Rebecca Fitch's material, like I really do, and I've been following her for a good while. It was actually a radio host that I'm buddies with called Olga, who works for Q Radio, that put me onto Rebecca's music, and she's just done some really cool things. Hopefully I'm remembering this correctly, but I think she said it was her brother that she worked with on it. But there was a song that she had called Video Game, and it was something that my brother, me and Mike we always talked about doing this for our previous band, but Rebecca, she released a song called Video Game, and there was a video game that you could play with that song playing. So obviously, you could get to hear the song over and over with this idea of you wanted to be top of the leaderboard. It was just a simple side scroller that you could collect these coins, and you wanted to get the most points because then you would show up on the top leaderboard, the top 5 or whatever. And I
won this song.
Yeah, basically you're being I'm top of the song. Look, everybody, I won this, but you've also listened to the song a gazillion times to do it. So then you accidentally love the song because you've heard it so many times. And I was like, we always liked that idea. We always talked about making a video game for one of our songs that we'd release. We just never really did it. Mike's been working on a game though.
To never ever probably come out unless I can get all you boys on board. I need a development team.
We did talk about forming a development team, didn't we? We did say we would do that.
We know somebody that does a little video game thing, right?
Yeah, 100%. That's what I'm saying. There's roles for all of us here. this has been discussed before, many a drunken night.
I'm trying to remember. Did I not come up with a? I feel like did I drink something because I can't remember it. But did I not come up with a really good name for the development company? I forget what it was, but it was great. Whatever it was at the time.
I want to say yes,
Didn't
and
I?
I'm gonna say yes.
I remember everybody loved it, and I can't remember what the name was. Everybody was like,
I
yes,
remember the
that's it.
moment. I don't remember the name.
Ah, shit. Damn it.
Like
Damn
many of
you.
our good ideas.
Damn you,
Lost
alcohol,
to the
you win
ether.
again. So yeah, Rebecca Fitch. Also, I mean, the songs are just awesome, but I like that she's doing these little cool things with the releases. But yeah, she's playing Limelight 2 tomorrow night then. So that's awesome. That's really exciting. We've also got Dark Tropics and Sasha Samara playing Black Box again tomorrow. So this is the equivalent of Culture Night in a way. It's just that it's spread out across a week instead, as it's Sound of Belfast. But we're actually getting a bunch of live shows that are being promoted.
It's
through this,
actually
which is really cool.
easier to see so much cool stuff, whereas in Culture Night you're usually torn, and there is still conflicts here. Like you just started with like 2 gigs that are happening on the same night, but there's not just as many conflicts. The whole thing is, if you are an absolute music nut for just over 2 weeks, you can like fill basically every night with like a show of somebody from your doorstep, like that plays amazing music, and you could just go out every night. Usually it's reserved for like Thursday to Saturday, but there's stuff going on pretty much all week, every week.
Nice. So yeah, I mean that's 3 shows to choose from, and if you want to see Mike as made famous by the Six Up Bro podcast, he will be at the first one because he's working at OES Center with Gareth Dunlop and Jealous of the Birds. If you want to go in for an autograph, you know where he's at. Or if you want to murder him in the alleyway afterwards, again, you'll know where he is.
And just shout out to anybody listening. If anybody can get me like a ticket for any of the Joshua Burnside gigs, I think he's playing 3, maybe 4 now because they keep selling out. I'll go to one of those.
Yeah, damn, Joshua Burnside.
I was a little bit late to the game.
Man, he's so good. I actually have never seen him live either, and I've seen videos of the live shows, and they look incredible. So
yeah.
Also get me a ticket, everyone. I will try and go. I will try and go. So we also got. This is all on the same night. We lied. There's a lot of conflicts. Sister Ghost. Also Thursday, 4th of November. Star Records. Where is Star Records? Do you know? I don't recognize the name.
New to me. I'll try and find that.
Also, yeah, we should check that out. So then the next day we got Mothers in Music live, Friday 5th of November at OES Center. And I remember seeing a little bit about this. So in early 2021, OES Belfast formed a collective called Mothers in Music through the help of the Spirit 2012 Careers Music Fund. So now it's time for the next step, live sharing of those ideas. This is the first live event of its kind for the Mothers in Music Collective, and some new songs will be tried out for the first time, and new collaborations will take to the stage. So, I mean, my understanding is like what it says in the name, right? It's people who are mothers who are also in bands and are artists on the music scene or involved in the music industry. I think that's correct anyway, isn't it, Mike? I think we talked about this briefly before. Because there's a few of, the first one springs to mind is the lead singer of New Pagans. Because I think she's involved in it. But yeah, it's a really cool thing that they're doing. It's fucking badass. I don't really know how you do the mothering thing and are in a kick-ass band. That's awesome. That's awesome. I say that as a dad. I'm not just a random person. That's just like whatever. But yeah, fucking that's cool. That's more badass. That's more punk than anything. Like it really is. And you can go like
considering like New Pagans are out there right now, like touring the UK and like absolutely ripping it up. It's like,
I mean the gigs are like fucking awesome and they're so like rock and roll, and then you're like gonna go home and be a kick-ass mom as well. That's cool. I know it sounds cheesy, but like fucking yeah, that's what it is, dude.
Yeah, the reality of like having to fucking do normal life
Yeah,
and like work
people
day
are
jobs and
normal
everything else, it's
people,
like
by the
it's
way.
so hard to friggin' do.
Yeah.
It's so
People
hard to
are
pull off.
also normal
Yeah.
and live normal lives. Can you imagine? But you gotta respect it, man. You gotta respect it. I think so many people think of a musician and they just think of just like this younger, like maybe teenager, early 20s who doesn't really know what they're doing. They're just kind of doing it for the meantime. It's like, that is so not the case. There's so many people that have so much going on in their lives and their parents, and they have other jobs, and
That's the perception that I hate. See musicians that are actually doing well and like actually get somewhere. They have like probably the craziest friggin' work ethic compared to anybody I've
you
ever
have
seen
to.
in my life. It's just, but you don't. But the other thing is that at surface level, you don't see it because you're not supposed to see it. It's meant to all like if you're doing the musician thing properly, it's all meant to look like fun. It's all meant to look
Yeah.
easy. And it's
Yeah.
like it's that whole thing with like the duck paddling under the water. It's like there's so many things that you're trying to juggle at once. It's I don't know how anybody's like mental health and capacity deals with so much that's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally. I mean, this is not this is not even really a good example, but it's just weird that it's brought it into my mind. But for Drake's birthday, Champion Poppy, Six God Drake, the certified lover boy, Six God King.
Owner of the 2.2 million watch.
What was his name? Richard Millet?
Richard
Milieu? I don't know.
Milieu.
Richard.
I don't know. I'm just being a dick. Anyways, he put up a post for his birthday that a friend of his got him a car.
I remember this.
Yeah, he got him a car, and it was a car like that meant a lot to him because it basically, he said, first of all, he's not condoning this at all. It's not really the fake it till you make it type deal.
Yeah, he basically said it was a stupid thing, but
it's a stupid idea, but it worked for him to like probably the maximum version of envision what you want for yourself. He used to, whenever he wasn't so famous, before he dropped his first album, used to rent this Rolls Royce out. It was just a rental, and he used to rent it out to go to events and go to parties and show up places. And they would scrape together like $5,000. Like, I can't. Did he say a week or something, or a month? I don't know what it was, but it's a lot of fucking money.
I would imagine a week. Just
I would say a week for a Rolls Royce.
$5,000, probably $1,000 a day or something to
probably
to rent one of those cars. Yeah,
but he would like, him and his buddies would like scrape together this insane amount of cash, and they were completely broke for it. But it was this whole idea of like, they had to seem like they were successful, even though they
manifest
weren't yet.
what you're aiming for. Yeah,
It's he said it's like don't do what
it's not healthy. Yeah,
it was like the ultimate manifesting your own destiny type shit, where like I pushed it to the stage where I was broke spending this money because I was like, if I sit in this car and I'm renting it, I know what it feels like to have it, and I'm not gonna want anything else. I'm gonna want this for my life. So, you know, that's what he's saying. Like, you know, I'm 35 now, and for this birthday, like, his friend gifts that Rolls Royce to him, the same Rolls Royce, and he's just like, you know, come full circle. You know that you've made it a little bit. But yeah, it's insane, dude. Like, the things that people do to make it look effortless and successful straight away. I mean,
basically, there's so many people that I know do that on such a smaller scale that nobody would ever realize.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You gotta pretend like you're successful before you are. Yeah, I don't know. I can't be bothered with that shit. I maybe I should pretend to be successful. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not. So there is a lot, as you can see. I'm not going to spend this episode going through every single thing on here, but the point is there's a lot of events on from a lot of cool people. There's Joshua Burnside playing Ulster Sports Club.
Yeah, there's about 3 of those. I think they're all friggin' sold out. God damn it.
Travi the Native, another Joshua Burnside Ulster Sports Club. You're right, there is a lot of these.
Yeah, because he kept adding them. Because it was right.
Because they keep selling out. Yeah.
That doesn't normally happen. There's sometimes there's bands from here make it really big and they play Limelight, and it's happened once or twice where it's like they do a Limelight show and that sells out, and it's like, oh, we'll add a second night. But Ulster Sports Club is a decent sized venue, and I think it's 3 nights maybe he's playing now, which just shows you that guy's
which is crazy, but.
And the Bangers and Mashup show is pretty cool as well at OES Center too. That was that compilation album where a load of different bands put music out on it. It's at OES Center on Saturday the 13th.
Saturday the 13th, yeah. Saturday 13th of November, Bangers and Mashup. So we've got Ferocious Punks, Mob Wife, and Gender Chores, Pop Superstar Sasha Samara, and Beauty Sleep. Electronic Wonk Pop Fruity, and Big Francis Problem Birds. I don't even understand what that last sentence means. That was just a bunch of words put together. Does that mean anything, Michael? I don't know. What was that sentence that I just said? Electric Wonk Pop Fruity and Big Francis Problem Birds?
Don't worry about it. It's all right.
I don't even know what that is. And they didn't highlight it in blue, so I don't know what's a band name and what's not at that point.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I just read this one more time for everyone who thinks I've had a stroke? Sound of Belfast special, Ferocious Punks, Mob Wife, who's a band, and Gender Chores, who is also a band. Understand that. Pop Superstars, Sasha Samara, who's an artist, and Beauty Sleep, who is a 2-piece band.
Makes sense up until that point.
Electronic Wonk Pop, Fruity, and Big Francis Problem Birds.
Yeah, so Fruity is definitely a thing. I've heard of everything up until the last line. Big Francis Problem Birds also on the poster.
So
because they've on the poster they've taken 2 separate lines for Big Francis and Problem Birds. So I don't know if it's 2 separate things or it's just one big long name.
Confused. Let's go.
And also the thing is that you point out on the website is it's the only one that's not highlighted. There's a link in blue, so you can't click it. So
no, well, I can see from the poster there's a
backdrop that makes it all one, right?
So that's Big Francis Problem Bird.
Yeah.
Not birds, or one of them's wrong because on the website it says Big Francis's Problem Birds, and on the poster it says Big Francis's Problem Bird.
And also for people that can't visually see this either, it's probably important that bird is BYRD.
Yes.
So we're not talking about a problem avian thing.
Or as Mrs. so it is. As bird. Yous like your McDonald's, don't yous?
Yous cunt, yous.
Yous can just... That's the best part. I just don't like saying it.
Oh, God.
You love your McDonald's, don't you? You can just... It's fucking disgusting.
That's what makes it?
It does make it. Yeah, you're right. You are right. That clip just goes on.
Some American would probably just watch that and go, he's got such a charming Irish drawl, doesn't he?
We love his accent. Your accent's adorable. You love your McDonald's, don't you? You can just... It's a bit of poetry.
So charming.
Beautiful. That clip just goes on to do you guys not like Americans? And he's like, nah, I've been to America a couple of times. It's just a bit... Jerry Springer, it's a bit mad, isn't it? Yeah, sure. That's what's crazy. Jerry Springer. Remember how Jeremy Kyle was a thing?
Yeah.
That was just a thing that we let happen on television.
Yeah.
Just domestic abuse. Let's watch it. Let's watch it, everyone. That was fun. And then Jeremy Kyle is just like, you slag. He didn't say that, but basically just pointing his finger and arguing with other people.
At people.
Yeah, I mean, he was a dick about it.
And then the same people watch Gordon Ramsay Kitchen Nightmares.
Oh, yeah,
and he's swearing to them and everything.
Oh yeah, it's just because I love
the same thing, but just different times of day.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, they were both early in the morning.
Well,
Nothing like starting your day with looking down on people. I just love Gordon Ramsay's inflection on everything. He's like, oh, bland. He's like, disgusting. Everything's just like down a little bit. What a shame. What a shame. Love what a shame. It's a great catchphrase. Yeah. So you know what is totally nothing to do with all of this, and just gonna start a new segment here. 1 hour 30 minutes into the show, but
I like new segments.
it's not even a. You know what? I think it needs something. Maybe you have to make a stinger, but it's going back a little. It's going back. It's looking to the past.
Look into the past.
Oh, I might clip that. Just that little, like, kind of like, not too sure what I'm about to sing voice, and we'll just use that every time. Look into the past, and that'll be the stinger intro.
I thought you were gonna continue on. I was gonna try and sing whatever else you said next.
I know what rhymes with past.
I don't know.
That's pretty good. That's how it works. Andy, what rhymes with past? We're looking
door
to the
hinge,
past.
orange. I don't know.
Door hinge, orange. Classic Eminem. People say that nothing rhymes with orange, but there's door hinge. No. Incorrect. Also, orange. That's just the same word, Eminem. That's the same word, Marshall. We're looking to the past. That's
Just
all
always
I got.
has to show me up, Andy. Always has to.
Look into the past.
Like friggin' Christina Aguilera over here.
Going back
the
on
whole
your
one ear.
ass.
Yeah.
That's the hold one ear and go.
Mariah Carey style, like. I was like, yep, that's impressive, I guess. Whenever she does the high thing, where you're just like, ow, ow, my ears.
Breaks a glass on the table. You just see it shake like this.
You're like, is it good? I don't know. It's just squeaking. Yeah. So anyway, my point I'm trying to make, right? Can't really remember. I've just been listening to things of a certain like year recently, and it's kind of been like 2003, 2004 era, right? And I don't really know why I went back to this. I think it started with Razorlight. All of a sudden, I was just like, "Hey, remember Razorlight's first album?"
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really like that record, as much as people are gonna shit on Razorlight. And then I have this weird attachment in my head where, like I said to my wife, I was like, "I'm gonna bet you any money," and I have not looked this up, that the first Razorlight album came out the same year as Anchorman, and I'm gonna guess that that's 2004. Like, I don't know why, but I have this weird attachment for things like that where I'm just like, hey, I remember listening to that album a lot the same year that I was obsessed with Anchorman, whenever it was actually funny and not as many people watched it and it became such a fucking meme of itself. And I was like, that feels like 2004 to me. And I was right. They came out the same day. I was like, that's fucking weird. Anyways, then I got obsessed with what came out in 2004. And I started looking through all this stuff. And you know what I forgot about entirely that I came across? Do you guys remember this probably fake beef in these singles for Christmas #1 between a guy called Eamon and a girl called Frankie? Do you remember this shit? And it was a song called I Don't Want You Back.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Very vaguely.
Yeah.
Very
know
vaguely.
And it had loads of curses in it because that's why it was cool.
You guys probably heard that shit to death because of where you guys work, right?
Well,
Yeah.
to say that they couldn't play it in retail shops because
did
it was
they
all
not-
about swearing.
Was there not a
in the
clean
chorus.
version? No.
Probably, and it just blanked it out. That's probably what
I do.
channels.
Whenever you say it, like I vaguely do remember
Is it-
about this. I can't even remember how it goes or anything. You look like you're lined up to.
I was about to say it. Yeah, you could see me. I was engaging.
You
I
were
was,
biting your lip. Yeah.
I was like ready to sing it.
He was about to pounce for all the audio listeners.
I didn't want to be rude, and then so yeah, I was just like,
I don't want to be rude.
I didn't want to be rude and speak over you. But yeah, it was like that. Bleep what I said. It don't mean bleep now. Bleep the presents. Might as well throw 'em out. You remember this? No.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm bleeping. I can swear. I can cuss on this show.
Yeah, why are you back? You literally play the song. You literally play the clip that said, "You like use McDonald's, don't use cunts, use." Now you want to bleep yourself? Oh, bruh.
That sounded like more pirate or something there, Anne.
Hey,
Northern Irish.
see me coming from Jersey? That's probably what I heard.
I heard you like your McDonald's, don't you cunts.
But yeah, Eamon.
Now
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this guy Eamon released this song, and it was like his girlfriend cheated on him. I was like, fuck what I said, it don't mean shit now. Fuck the presents, might as well throw 'em out. Fuck all those kisses, they didn't mean jack. Fuck you, you hoe, I don't want you back. I was like, beautiful lyrics, for sure. But I was like, shit, I forgot about this. And then she released a song using the same instrumental. And I'm like, first of all, copyright.
Yeah.
First of all, copyright to Eamon. Eamon wins this round. First of all, you cheated on him.
Nobody was aware that this was like all set up.
You hoe. His words. And then, yeah, I mean, it really gave me a feeling that it was set up. But then I was kind of like, do we do a Where Are They Now? Where are they now? Because I haven't delved into this yet. And I was like, maybe we do it on the show and we discover together, guys. Because
that would be
wouldn't it be
fun.
beautiful? It's kind of a like...
It's not even like...
back to the past.
It's not even like one-hit wonders, really, is it?
Well,
like,
they tried to get Christmas #1 and they couldn't. There's Amy and Frankie beef. It's like right up there.
Before you get into the beef, who was Christmas #1 in that year?
2004 Christmas #1. Christmas #1. Let's look it up. It'll be X Factor, I bet you. Oh no, it's Band-Aid. Band-Aid 20. It was the year after Shane Ward with That's My Goal, X Factor. The next year, Leona Lewis with A Moment Like This, X Factor.
Christmas #1s are shit.
Christmas #1s are X Factor and have been until that year where everyone was like, fuck that, let's just get Rage Against the Machine to get Christmas #1. And that was the coolest thing that's ever happened in my life. Even people who were just like, I don't know, like middle age. Oh, I need to get off my search history. Before people start looking at what I've been looking up. Vegetable fritters for toddlers. That wasn't me.
Lasagna.
Change my tax code. Vegetable lasagna. Jim Shannon speeding.
Ooh, blueberry pancakes. I thought you said you didn't like cooking.
This isn't me. This is Sarah. Although Jim Shannon speeding is definitely me. That's me being a dick. Sorry, I'm just embarrassed for myself. It was too late, but I mean we're live streaming, so I may as well just own it because, like, people just pause it if they want to and go back. I think I was just trying to look up Jim Shannon speeding because he always like overtakes me on the Portaferry Road, and then he pissed me off because he put up a post the other day like saying about a car that crashed on the Portaferry Road, and he's like, people need to drive safer, and I was like,
you're one of them.
Fuck off! You dickhead! Oh my god! Hypocrite! And it annoyed me to the point that I had to search. Like, I'm gonna find fucking photos of you, you dickhead. And couldn't find them. Yeah, I know, I'm sad. I'm a sad man. Sad man. Like, I'm gonna go on Twitter and bash him or something. Jump Shannon, I seen you speeding up a Portaferry Road. You overtook me, you scunchies. Yeah, so that year, do they know it's Christmas? Band-Aid 20. So not Frankie and Eamon. Eamon and Frankie beef. Let's search it again.
But I did type in 2004 on Spotify, and yeah, I enjoyed that year anyway.
It was good for music, right? Probably not this song, but yeah.
I want to say
Music's
the
great as
year
beef.
just before was my year. I think 2003 was Maximo
I
Park and
I
Block
always
Party's
remember
first album.
2003. I do remember that year
Yeah,
for
yeah.
music very fondly.
Speaker
to be
Box
fair.
and A Love Below came out that year. Not 2003,
Speaker
2004.
box.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then so did
Oh, there he is.
College Dropout. It's me with no beard.
This was Andy whenever he's younger. Oh, and he's vanished. I have to accept all these
Oh, because
cookies.
you have to get through all the clicks.
Yeah. I'm sorry, what is this article?
I don't know.
He's getting talked about along with Taylor Swift and Katy Perry and Axl Rose.
And Mayweather and McGregor. And Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus.
You know what that is?
Article?
That's whoever's wrote this is like trying to do their best to do search engine optimization. If I put all the keywords in of things that are popular and people are looking for, this article will come up. That's how it works.
Respect.
You type an article and you mention everything else. And then when people search, you get an article about this guy.
Yep. Eamon Fuck It. Was it called Fuck It?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think the song was called Fuck It.
Yeah.
I thought it was called I Don't Want You Back. Or is it called Fuck It, parentheses,
Brackets.
I Don't Want
Yeah.
You Back? Yeah. Beautiful. Poetry. Oh, yeah. Remember that scene? When they're breaking up over pizza? That was a good one.
And pizza doesn't look overly cooked.
No, it kind of looked raw there, didn't it?
Yeah.
The pizza's bloody raw.
It's raw! That's classic Gordon Ramsay. See, you love it. You love it. Really. Oh, you fucking idiot. It's fucking raw. So where...
Yeah, dude.
Eamon-
Where are they now?
Eamon... Oh, no. I feel like this is gonna come up Eamon Holmes. Eamon
Did
Fuck
he have
It.
an album out in 2017? What the hell?
What?
Why are you doing it separately? I'm sure if you just done Eamon and Frankie, where are they now?
Good point. I don't know how to use
You're
Google.
actually thinking they broke up and they went their separate ways, so I have to Google
they
them
clearly
separately.
have, right? I mean, the songs depict
Like Kermit and Miss Piggy?
Yeah. Eamon and Frankie now. Yeah, there we go. Remember Eamon and Frankie? That's the same article, isn't it? It's
I
the
don't
only
know if
articles
this is
ever
worth
been
the
written about
segment.
them. It's not really a segment, is it? I mean, the stinger was basically me going like, "Go back to the past for your West." That's
We're in
that's not a
2021,
segment, that's
and the
nothing.
last article that was written about them, so the last time that anybody cared was 2016, I think was the date on that article.
I want to see a picture of Eamon now. Did they get married? He also went and got married to a rather lovely brunette who actually has a look of Frankie. Now we think about it. Did you think about it at all? Probably not. Eamon official? Right, okay, here we go. He's on Instagram.
There we go.
Yeah, we'll see.
You're
what
on
he's
the
up to.
trail now.
We will see what. And I'm snooping.
Allow cookies.
Snooping hard.
Allow cookies.
Allow it on
How many
cookies.
followers does he have?
21.7k followers. Not bad. Not bad, to be honest. New music in this link?
Oh,
I think that would be the
Damn, Eamon.
2017 album, right?
I don't know. Let's find out. It's new music, apparently.
we can't play it
How-
though.
how new?
We're gonna get copyright struck by Eamon.
So my album that was slated to come out this month has been pushed back because of a physical distribution holdup. But in the meantime, next Friday, November 5th.
I'll be releasing my first
Hey.
ever Christmas song.
Hey, well, I mean,
Was that
this Friday?
technically not a Christmas song?
Is this a relevant post? This is this year. It has to be. Yeah. 5 days ago. Shit. Eamon's got a Christmas song, everyone.
Atom Bomb 78 is with it.
This is a scoop. Captive Thoughts by Eamon. That's the album. That's his latest album. When did that come out? Let's find out.
2017, was it? No.
I don't know. There's no. I'm gonna look it up on Spotify on my phone here because there's no information to tell me.
Did I not just?
Was it called Captive Thoughts? I just feel like it's hard to search Spotify for Eamon.
I don't know.
Like,
2017 was 2019.
It's
Golden
2019.
Rail Motel. Captive Thoughts 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Yeah. Well, there you go. And yeah, he's got red. I love how in this day and age you can tell a photo is relevant. In this because there's a COVID mask shows up and you're just like, oh shit, that's recent.
It's recent, yeah.
You know it's from the last year at least. Why does he look like the singer from Head PE?
He actually does, right?
Right? He really does. Like, and that guy's badass, but Eamon is Eamon.
Maybe it's like the guy from Head P's like side hustle. Like
Damn,
nobody knows.
did he go to space? What the fuck's he doing? Oh, skydiving. Sorry, the thumbnail just looked like it was in space.
Jeff Bezos got William Shatner and Eamon.
It's like, holy shit, that single worked wonders for me. He must have made millions.
Eamon was originally on the spaceship, and then Bezos pushed him out. That's what that is.
Oh damn! I'm gonna go and listen to this after this show. Why do I feel like Frankie's probably done nothing?
She's probably got an OnlyFans or something.
That hoe. His words.
Oh.
His words, not mine. That's what he says in the song, so I'm just going off of what he says. I feel like if I search Frankie now, nobody will know who the hell I'm talking about. It would come up like Frankie Boyle or something.
Frankie goes to Hollywood. Frankie says
what
relax.
Is Frankie doing now? Frankie of FURB, Ferb fame, FU right back, is now a model under her real name, Nicole Francine Aiello.
She wasn't even Frankie.
She wasn't. Her name was Nicole. What a liar. Oh, man. She really did screw Eamon over. Didn't even use her real name.
There was
she had an album. Look at that. The Good, the Bad, the Ugly. That's a movie. You just stole
references.
You just stole that title from a movie. That's like me calling my next album Batman, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight Rises. That's my next album, everyone. Goodfellas. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a specific movie name that I could steal for my album. It's just like it can't be missed. Like, I don't know. Bad Boys 2. My next album's called Bad Boys 2. Yes. Well, that was informative, I think, for everyone. We know what they're up to. Frankie's modeling. Her name's not Frankie. And Eamon's releasing his first ever Christmas single this Friday. Who knew?
Insane.
Guys? Well, I think that was really worth it. I'm glad that we dived into that stuff. I'm glad that we got deep into the Frankie and Eamon beef after all these years.
And now you know.
It was one of those weird things, man, where I was just like, I couldn't believe that I had just repressed it from my memories, and I was like, it just unlocked the whole part of my mind where I was like,
yeah, that's weird.
Oh yeah.
How did you get on that train exactly? Listening to Razorlight?
2004.
Did it come back up in like a playlist or something?
Yeah, I started looking up
Killers?
hits.
Mr. Brightside was that as well?
Yeah, Mr. Brightside. 2004 is a good year for music. I discovered afterwards.
Lean Back from Fat Joe came out in 2004.
Lean back. Hey, do you know what really? I shouldn't even say this on the show. Fat Joe always confuses me because he looks really white, but he's not.
He's Puerto Rican, you know.
Yeah, but he uses
he's like
he uses slurs that obviously I'm not saying at all.
Oh well.
What a good time to freeze.
I knew this.
Somebody's actually cut him
Somebody's
off.
just going.
Somebody just cut the show. My producer in the back's just like, "Oh shit! How much of that wine did he have?" No, like you know what I'm saying, though. And I was just like, because of this 2004, like this all
like,
happened to me in the last week where I started listening to these songs again. Yeah, and then I seen like a live rendition of some of them with Fat Joe, and he like said a certain word, and I'm just kind of like, I gasped. I was just like, oh, shit, Fat Joe. And then I was like, I guess he can say that. I thought he was white, to be honest, but I guess he's not. Anyways, whatever. But yeah, 2004, good year for music all around though. Eamon, Frankie, Razorlight, all the best artists in the world right there. Razorlight really only had those 2 albums, and then they were just like terrible after that for some reason. Don't really know what happened. And yeah, like you said, Outkast as well. There's quite a few that I came across, and I was like, damn.
Fucking College Dropout.
College Dropout. Was it? I randomly was listening to like the Black Eyed Peas for like not first album, but their first one with Frankie, I think.
What was it?
And it was Elefunk, and I was like, shit, I own this. I had the CD of this, and I kind of liked
album.
it.
Jay-Z Black Album came out 2004.
Ah, yeah, that's right. But what a different time to be alive. The fact that Black Eyed Peas, like a song that's like "Where Is the Love," also on the same record had a song that starts with "Let's get retarded in here," and you're just like, "Whoa,
that's a bit of a contradiction."
Whoa,
yeah.
Damn, guys, that was uncalled for. Yeah, that's really embarrassing to listen back to. The fact that it just still exists on Spotify and shit, you're just like, uncomfortable. Yeah, imagine. I just love that it's the opening lyric of the song also. It just gives you no time to like accept it for what it is.
Also, I don't know. I don't want to go down that road. Fuck it.
What?
I was gonna say something, but no.
You're gonna say something offensive, Andrew?
No, I wasn't. I was gonna say the time and the context of the word and what she was meaning by it doesn't actually mean she's calling anybody that. It's
just I don't know.
It was a different meaning at the time.
Well, it was and it wasn't, because it definitely got censored immediately as well to "Let's Get It Started," didn't it? Let's get it started. And it's like, man, why didn't we write it like that the first time?
Yeah,
I feel like they came up with
that rhyme before.
They came up with the censor afterwards, and they're like, "Fuck, that was it, guys. That was it. I can't believe we said the other thing. Should have been Let's Get It Started. That worked perfectly." Damn it! Why did we let?
If only we had Google for synonyms.
I know.
Or not synonyms. No, that's not right.
What? Synonyms. Other rhyming words. Yeah. Frankie's so funny to watch, though. You ever see that video where she's just like front flipping around the stage?
Yeah.
And she's just going like, rah, rah. No.
Good old Black Eyed Peas.
That's funny shit, though. It's between that and the time she sang the national anthem in front of the NBA players, like for the All-Star game, and it was so bad that everyone's just laughing at her. Yeah, that was awkward.
What are we doing? Just berating artists now? What's happening here? I thought what's happening right now? Why are we
Frankie's weird though, man.
I thought we were on a positive vibes, and then we switched.
I'm never on positive vibes. I'm never positive. Never positive. So I'm always positive. Oh, I you know what? I'm on too much of a fucking Eamon and Frankie train here. I keep saying Frankie is Fergie. I'm not. What am I talking about? Fergie from the Black Eyed Peas. Fucking Frankie. That's why I couldn't find Fergie Does Cartwheels. That's what I was trying to find. I was searching Frankie Does Cartwheels. I was like, YouTube was like,
Better hope nobody looks at your search history now.
YouTube's like, we don't know what that means. That's classic Frankie, just like fucking. On Spotify, but she.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. This is gonna crash the whole thing, isn't it?
Whoa! 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 She's just like screaming and front flipping at the same time. I don't really know what that was about, but sure. You know, people be crazy, man. Anyway, let's round this thing up, I guess.
Have you been through your list?
It's a shout out segment, boys. I promise I'm gonna like be more organized for next week's episode. Seeing as we have a guest on, I like to prepare for those. These, you shoot the breeze. It's all good. Shout out segment, right? I actually do have a bunch of stuff for this. So, we talked. I mean, we already kind of spoke about it last week, but we've got Beauty Sleep's new single is on Spotify now. It's called Go, and it's fucking awesome. And it was so funny because me and Mike, we kept talking last week about we had a full misunderstanding. You can look at Beauty Sleep's story for this or their TikTok because we're on there too now.
It was just me being me.
It was just Mike embarrassing himself on live stream. Essentially, there was a choreographer that did the choreography, funnily enough, for that music video for their new single Go, and his name happens to be Ryan O'Neill, which is also a guy that we know who's heavily involved in the music industry that works at OES Center. Also
knows Shailene too.
Yeah, it's not completely unprompted that
he
knows
it's
them.
Just kind of like, yeah.
But he's also not a dancer, Mike.
Yeah.
Which
I didn't know that. Like,
we thought it was like Ryan O'Neill was credited with choreography in this music video. We're like, fuck, Ryan's really good choreography. We were like, I can't believe he choreographed this whole music video. Turns out it definitely wasn't him, and it was an actual dancer called Ryan O'Neill, which makes way more sense. But anyway, the music video
I love the picture that Shailene put up on the Instagram. It's like, so this is Ryan O'Neill, and like Ryan just sitting in OES Center, like being like, I'm a legend, volunteer for OES, and this is Ryan O'Neill, the dancer, and he's doing like some fucking like backflip sort of thing, and it's like,
yeah,
oh, okay.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, he's like literally somehow pirouetting in photography. Like, I don't know. In a still image, you're like, how can a still image depict? But then
I was sitting there and I was kind of
dancer.
I was kind of just like sitting going, I still think the Ryan that I know could do that.
I still think it was actually Ryan O'Neill, the Ryan O'Neill that we know. I like I mean, I think they're covering it up. I think we embarrassed him. And they're like,
no, it's he's trying to keep it on the down though.
Like, no, it was actually this dancer called Ryan O'Neill. It's just a weird coincidence, guys. Leave it alone. Anyway, the song's fucking awesome, and it's on Spotify now, and the music video's out, and the music video is really good. And has loads of NI music scene cameos in it, so if you're involved in the scene, you'll probably see a bunch of people that you know, which is cool. My song with Emma Rose from Paper Tigers is out now. It's called Presence. It's on Spotify as well. Go and check that out. Then we got a couple of shows as well. We got Winona Bleacher playing at McHugh's Bar on the 26th of November, which is very cool. And I quite like McHugh's as a venue. So
yeah, it is
awesome.
Cool.
Is that the one downstairs, low ceiling?
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
There's
good vibes in there. Gigs. I feel like there's always good energy, like whenever you play a show in there, for some weird reason. I think it's the low ceiling. I think does it or something.
The low ceiling and the fact that there's no stage and you're just on the floor.
You're with your people.
It's like a communist gig. It's like communism in a show. Everybody's on the same level.
Yeah.
Not that I've said that. It's like everyone's like, I don't know about like McHugh's anymore.
Come to this communist show at McHugh's.
I feel like I've like outed McHugh's as communists or something. They're like, we don't listen to what they say on that show.
That could sell this show for some people.
You never know. You know. But yeah, so Winona Bleacher playing McHugh's on the 26th of November. Paper Tigers, shout out to those guys. The minute they're on tour across the UK, so I think they're. I'm trying to remember where they are tonight, but I mean they're in mainland UK playing a couple of places. So they just look like they're having a blast, and their latest single, Blue Light Trails, is really good. And I know we already added that to Distant Sound Waves and talked it up a little bit, but I do really enjoy that song. I think it's the best song they've brought out, and hopefully just good things ahead for those guys. So good luck on the tour, guys. If you guys catch the podcast, I'm sure you're gonna kill it anyways. You already played like one show tonight, I think it was. So, good luck to them out there on the road.
Stay safe.
Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay protected. Reese Ajaro play the Goat's Toe on the 12th of November with Trigger Lilies and the New Normal. Said to be another really good show. Goat's Toe again, very, very fun venue. Quite like Goat's Toe.
God, what did the Goat's Toe have another name years ago? Was it called something else?
Goat's Finger.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was, but I'm forgetting what it was. It's been the Goat's Toe for so long. I think.
But I'm talking like 2010.
4?
2000.
Frankie and Eamon?
2000. I'm talking like 2010, 2011. Like that far back, because I'm pretty sure it might have been called something, because that's where I seen Dan Lasac and Scroobius Pip live.
Oh man!
If anybody knows who that is.
Yeah, Scroobius Pip. Yeah, I remember. We used to talk about that guy.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
I think.
Yeah,
I can't remember if it was a different name.
It was called something else, and I forget what it was. Somebody let us know in the comments, for the love of God, because I'm not gonna remember that. But it was definitely called something else too. What else have we got here? King Villain, they wrapped a video shoot with 26 North Productions, so they seem to be putting a little thingy together with those guys. They didn't say exactly what it was, so I don't know whether it's a music video or like a live music performance, but those guys tend to put together quite good video production, so looking forward to seeing what comes from that. And really, that's all I have. Mike, I think you had one thing at least to add to this. CMAT.
Oh, yes. CMAT put out, no, it's just because I had something else in front of me as well. CMAT put out a new single a couple of days ago, but she debuted the video today on YouTube, which I just happened to be like circling around YouTube at the particular time. I didn't actually clock that it was debuting at 3 this afternoon, but I was on for the debut, and as usual, like master of music videos. It basically looks like it's out of the
pretty funny. I've watched
80s or something. Yeah. She's like in a bar, like dancing away. And like 3 drag performers are there with her, trying to drag her away from this guy that is obviously no good for her. And always like strong cowboy vibes the whole way through as well. The song is super catchy. It's great. But yeah, go check that out. And then the other thing as well, another live gig there. Civil Simeon are playing OES Center. Did you see that?
No, actually, no.
Yeah, I'm there. I'm going. It's at the end of November, Saturday, 27th of November. They're playing with Strength, NIA, and Luna Peak. So like that's gonna be really, really cool. Because I don't think those guys have ever played OES Center before, and not that
I remember.
It's gonna be amazing because like the sound is so good in there and stuff as well. And I don't know if like John will be doing sound man on the night, but like the time that we played in OES Center, that was like one of the times that I felt like we sounded like the best we ever sounded before.
Yeah, John's really good.
It's such a cool venue to play and stuff. So
I know. I have a feeling I'm definitely not gonna see that. I think I'm 100% working that weekend.
Boo.
It's Black Friday, so is what it is, babies. Black Friday gonna be worked as retail, baby. But yeah, enjoy. I wish I could be there, but I'm gonna say that's probably a no for me. And for that reason, I'm out. Andy, anything you would like to shout out this week?
Well, I was just, because of the limited time I have to catch up on everything, I was scoping through just before I came on, and I seen John Andrews put up a thing, the King of Belfast, celebrating the life of Ronnie Purvis.
Yeah, that's
There's
right.
there's a gig on the 27th of November with the likes of him, Sonia Slater, Daniel Lynch, Ethan Hanna, and many other artists. That is at the American Bar Belfast on the 27th.
That's right.
The Empire have a Leo Miyagi show where he announced a few guests. He announced a few special guests and acts to appear there. That is on the 2nd of December, so we'll probably shout that out again at some point.
Of course.
And next week's guest has a live recording of Riot that he done on a session that's up now. So,
sweet.
Jordan Adetunji.
Yeah, man. And like I said previously, please, guys, if you have anything that you want us to ask Jordan while he's on, or any interesting topics that you want to pass onto the show for our consideration, anyways, definitely leave it in the comments or message us about it. You've got a week, so it'll be next Wednesday night. Jordan will be on the show.
Oh, also just Jay-Z being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I was supposed to bring that up earlier, but I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Who was he? There was somebody else he was inducted in with, wasn't he? It was Jay-Z and...
Was he only seen... I can't remember. I've only seen the Jay-Z bits because Dave Chappelle brought him on. And then he done the old speeches, but yeah. Good to see.
I'm trying to remember who else was... LL Cool J.
That was it.
Weirdly.
That was it.
Classic rock and roll star.
I mean, yeah. If you look back, it's like,
I guess. I mean, look, and you know what weirdly comes to mind just whenever I think about this? And can I just say this as a completely devoted Jay-Z fan? I fucking love Jay-Z. I really do. I've been such a fan my entire life.
Stop. You're gonna say something negative. Just get on with
it. Somebody cut it. Producer, cut me. Shit, I don't have a producer. Do you remember that time he did Glastonbury? And I get why he was doing it, because it was the whole thing where at the time there was really not any hip hop acts that would go and play Glastonbury. It was kind of a big deal that Jay-Z was gonna go and headline it. But he came out with a guitar strapped around him, and it was really weird. And he was just like, yeah. And then he did the worst rendition of Wonderwall I've ever heard in my life. Which I don't think it really was meant to be that good, but he was just like, oh, it's British, eh? That's just what it feels like. That's what it feels like, Jay-Z, just Britain. It's today is gonna be you sing it. It's just 2 words. You guys. Anyway, dirt off your shoulder. It's and in that vein, rock and roll star for sure. Yeah, that I don't know, that performance is weirdly cringy. Just those 2 parts, and then the rest of it is really good. But for some reason, just whenever I think Jay-Z inducted into Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'm just remember whenever he had that unplugged guitar wrapped around his chest?
You know why he done it?
Yeah, I know.
Because they were talking shit about him before he went on stage, and he's like, okay.
Yeah,
hey, remember, you wanted to be here. I'm going to do a version of your song because I'm here.
Yeah,
Can't
pretty
do
much.
Nothing about it.
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, respect. I know, it's just weird. I just picture that, and he's comes out all rock and roll, man. I don't know. That's my Jay-Z. It's not very good. It's not accurate at all. Oh God, love you, Jay. Love you, Jay. Hove. He kind of does that, he has Tourette's or something in songs. It's as bad as Fred Durst with DJ Lethal. Hove. DJ Lethal. Anyway, I think that's the end of the show, guys.
Don't have any wine next week, please.
Shut up. It's all an act. It's all an act for the comedy element. Or else it would just be news. Imagine that. That's it. That's the end of the show, everybody. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow us on Spotify, and join us next week for our special guest episode with Jordan at Tunji. So glad it's finally happening. Thank you guys for tuning in. And yeah, we will see you next week at around 7:30, 8 p.m. Please tune in for the live stream. It's gonna be good.